I knew this day would come. Welcome back to User Experience Points, everybody. This week I've got a very special treat for you. You get to see the onboarding process for a 14-day trial for Final Fantasy XIV. And that's it, because I didn't get past it. I was already expecting this to be a pretty negative episode after my experience creating a character in the weekend trial that I played a few months ago, but this is one for the ages. Well, onboarding, the one thing I get to talk about this week. So this actually started off pretty well, launching the game and having to install a quick update, but Square Enix doesn't get any credit for that. The PlayStation 4 just handles quick online updates like this really well. Next, after not reading the end-user license agreement, I was brought to a title screen that showed 3 steps to me. Set up a Square Enix account, link it to my Sony Entertainment Network account, and then register my license for the game. So this is actually great. It's a good idea to let your users know how many steps they're going to have to complete before they go through a process like this. What happened next? Not so much. So right after hitting next, I was asked if I currently have a Square Enix account. Now my only option, in spite of the last screen saying I could set one up, was to say that I have a Square Enix account already. What better way to start user registration than conflicting messages, right? So I assumed it must have remembered the account I created when I did the weekend beta. Okay, great, so I should just be able to sign in, right? So I see my username filled in, and that's great, and if I was using my Square Enix account regularly, this would be an awesome login form because I could just type in my password and hop in. But since I don't use a Square Enix account regularly, I had no idea what a one-time password was, and there was nothing on screen indicating that it is optional. So I went back to the form and tried to log in a few times without entering a one-time password, which has no indication that it's optional, I must remind you. And I realized I definitely don't remember my password from the Square Enix account I had to create to play the weekend beta for this game however long ago. So I used the Forgot Your Password link and was able to type in my email very quickly thanks to the PS4's awesome keyboard that I will definitely talk about in the inevitable PS4 episode on this show. But when I tried to move to the next field, I experienced the first of many times where the interface just froze. And this is not a I couldn't skip the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid situation. I tried every input on the controller. Nothing was moving this arrow to the next field. Now normally this is done with the D-pad and it works really well, but here it just stopped working for a little bit. I should point out that this has never happened any other time I've used the PS4 browser. So once I regained control, I was able to finish this form and then get the confirmation code that would allow me to reset my password. I appreciated that aside from having to open on my phone and see the confirmation code, I was able to continue this process in the game's interface. Well, in the PS4's browser. I've actually yet to experience this game's real interface. So on the password reset screen, there was the usual expectation of typing in a new password, answering a security question, all that good stuff, but again, I see the one-time password field, which again has no indication that it's optional. So I finally decided to just look up what a one-time password is. After tracking it down and learning what it is, it actually does seem like a pretty great way to add some extra security to your account, but it is optional, and it costs $10. So why isn't there anything in this form or that login screen that indicates what the hell this thing is? Why did I have to look it up in this way? One of the first rules of designing forms is that you need to indicate what is optional and what isn't. It's like they're trying to trick you into buying it. Come on, anyways. I was able to complete the form. Finally, I was ready to log in and start playing this game. But no. I logged in and I found out that my account was locked due to recent suspicious activity. That activity, as far as I understand, was resetting my password because I forgot it. So sure enough, I checked my email and got a link to reset my password, which I then had to do entirely on my laptop. So after resetting my password again, I logged in successfully and saw this. Just take it in. Let's think about this. So after going through all this trouble just to log in, I'm told that I still can't play this game. If the system was able to remember my account, couldn't it, at some point prior to logging in, have said, hey, this account is not eligible for a free trial? Truly mind-blowing. And you know what? That's it. That's what I've got for you guys this week. I was expecting to be apologizing for a short episode, but look at that. We're almost at 6 minutes. So thank you all for letting me recount this extremely frustrating experience with you. I think the most important takeaway here, if anything can be learned from this experience, it's that messaging is extremely important. You have to tell your users what's going on, and think about what situation they might be in so you can predict what's going to happen to them. And if you're going to lock users out like this, you have to tell them what to do next. Which in this case is just log in with another account that you cannot create on here even though the game said you could. So if I was really that desperate to play Final Fantasy XIV, I would have to go on my computer and create a completely new account and then try and log back in and hope everything worked out. But you know what? Why would anyone consider any game worth it after this point? After a bad experience like this, that's it. You've lost your customer. You're done. And now I'm done. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to hear me talk more about user experience design in video games, you should definitely subscribe because I upload a new episode every Friday. And I usually have a lot more nice things to say because video game user experience design is actually pretty sweet right now, so check out one of the other videos and see what I mean. And with that, I'll see you next week.